Have you ever felt that someone, somewhere, is thinking about you at the exact moment you're thinking about love? Maybe you've gone through heartbreak. Maybe you've spent nights asking God, when will my person come into my life? If you've clicked on this message today, don't ignore it. Sometimes, God places certain messages in front of us at exactly the right time. This is a sign about your soulmate. Your soulmate may not know your name yet. They may live in another city, another country, or perhaps they're closer than you think. But one thing is certain, your paths are moving toward each other with every passing day. Think about everything you've experienced so far. The delays. The disappointments. The relationships that didn't work out. At the time, they felt painful and unfair. But what if they weren't punishments? What if they were preparation? Your soulmate isn't coming to complete you. They're coming to walk beside the person you've become. Right now, while you're listening to this, your soulmate may also be growing through their own struggles. They may be learning patience. They may be healing from their past. They may be praying for someone exactly like you without even realizing that person is you. There are signs that many people experience before meeting someone who changes their life forever. The first sign is a deep feeling that your life is about to change. You can't explain it. Nothing dramatic has happened, yet something inside you whispers, something beautiful is coming. That feeling isn't always random. Sometimes it's your heart recognizing that a new chapter is getting closer. The second sign is repeated reminders about love. Perhaps you've noticed couples everywhere. Maybe songs about love keep appearing. Maybe you've heard the word soulmate repeatedly in conversations, videos, or books. When certain themes keep showing up in our lives, they often capture our attention for a reason. The third sign is that you're becoming a better version of yourself. You're learning lessons you once avoided. You're setting boundaries. You're becoming more patient, more understanding, and more emotionally mature. Real love often arrives when we're ready to receive it, not when we're desperately chasing it. And here's something many people overlook. Your soulmate is not perfect. They will have fears. They will have bad days. They will have scars from battles they've fought before they ever met you. But they will choose you, not because you're perfect, but because together you'll create something stronger than perfection, partnership. Imagine meeting someone who feels familiar from the very beginning. A conversation that flows effortlessly. A smile that feels like home. A person who sees the parts of you that you've hidden from the world and still chooses to stay. That kind of connection doesn't happen every day. If you've been waiting for years, don't let waiting convince you that you've been forgotten. Timing matters. A seed planted today doesn't become a tree tomorrow. It grows silently beneath the surface long before anyone sees it. In the same way, many of the best things in life are being prepared long before they arrive. Maybe your soulmate is one decision away from meeting you. Maybe they're preparing to move. Maybe they're working at a place you'll visit one day. Maybe they're healing from a chapter that had to end before your story could begin. You don't need to know every detail of the journey to trust that it has meaning. So tonight, before you sleep, take a moment and say, God, if this message is meant for me, prepare my heart for the love you have planned. Help me become the person my soulmate has been praying for. And then let go of the fear. Because love isn't always late. Sometimes it's simply waiting for the perfect moment. If this message found you today, perhaps it's reminding you of something you've forgotten. Your story isn't over. Your future hasn't been written completely. And somewhere, someone may be getting closer to meeting you than either of you realize. This is your sign to keep believing, keep growing, and keep trusting. Because the right person doesn't arrive when the world says it's time. They arrive when the timing is finally right. And when that day comes, you'll look back at every delay, every tear, and every unanswered question, and you'll understand why none of it was wasted. Your soulmate may still be a stranger today. But someday, they'll become your favorite hello and your hardest goodbye. Until then, don't lose hope. Your story is still unfolding. What if I told you that one of the biggest signs your soulmate is getting closer is that you've started becoming comfortable being alone? There was a time when silence scared you. You wanted constant attention. You wanted someone to text you good morning and good night. You wondered why everyone around you seemed to find love while you were still waiting. But look at yourself now. You've learned how to spend time with yourself. You've learned that your worth isn't determined by your relationship status. You've discovered strengths you never knew you had. And that's important. Because healthy love isn't built on desperation, it is built on peace. Many people spend their lives searching for someone to save them. But soulmates don't save each other. They inspire each other to become the people they were always meant to be. Think about this for a moment. What if your soulmate entered your life 5 years ago? Would you have been ready? Would they? Perhaps the answer is no. Perhaps both of you needed more time. More lessons. More growth. More healing. The truth is, timing changes everything. There are people who meet the right person at the wrong time and spend years wondering what could have been. And then there are people who wait longer than they expected, only to discover that the delay made the love even more meaningful. Maybe that's your story. Maybe every closed door in your life has quietly been guiding you toward the right one. And here's another sign. You've started letting go of people who no longer belong in your life. It wasn't easy. Some friendships ended. Some relationships taught painful lessons. Some people walked away without explanation. But every goodbye created space for something new. Sometimes we ask God to send us better people while refusing to release the ones who continue to hurt us. Growth often requires letting go. Your soulmate deserves to meet the healed version of you, not the version still trapped in yesterday's pain. And perhaps your soulmate is learning the same lesson right now. Imagine them for a moment. They're waking up every morning and living a life completely separate from yours. They have favorite songs you've never heard. They have dreams they've never shared with you. They've cried over things you'll learn about one day. And yet, despite all the distance between you, your stories are moving in the same direction. Isn't that incredible? Two people can spend years living separate lives, only to meet at exactly the moment they're supposed to. Life has a way of connecting people when the time is right. Another sign that love may be closer than you think is that you've stopped chasing. You've stopped forcing conversations. You've stopped begging people to stay. You've realized that anything meant for you shouldn't require you to abandon yourself. That's wisdom. Because the right person won't make you question your value every single day. They won't leave you guessing where you stand. Real love brings clarity, not confusion. Peace, not constant anxiety. Consistency, not endless excuses. And when your soulmate finally arrives, you'll notice something unexpected. It won't necessarily feel like fireworks. It may feel like peace. Like coming home after a long journey. Like finally putting down a heavy bag you've been carrying for years. You'll look at them and think, why do I feel like I've known you forever? Perhaps that's why people use the word soulmate. Not because two people are magically perfect for each other, but because they recognize something familiar in one another's hearts. Until that day comes, continue building the life you dream about. Travel if you can. Learn new things. Take care of your health. Spend time with the people who love you. Don't put your life on hold waiting for someone else to begin it. Your soulmate isn't your destination. They're someone you'll meet while becoming the person you're meant to be. And if you're listening to this tonight feeling discouraged, remember this. Just because something hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it never will. There are chapters of your life that haven't even begun. Conversations you haven't had. Places you haven't visited. People you haven't met. And among all those unknown moments may be the person you've been waiting for. So don't lose faith. Keep becoming. Keep believing. Keep moving forward. Because somewhere in this world, there may be someone who is unknowingly moving toward you with every sunrise and every sunset. And when your paths finally cross, you'll realize that the waiting wasn't empty. It was preparation. And this message? Perhaps it was simply a reminder that love has not forgotten your name. Before you continue listening, I want you to do something. Close your eyes for a moment and think about the kind of love you've always dreamed of. Not the perfect kind. Not the kind shown in movies. But the kind that stays. The kind that chooses you on ordinary days. The kind that sits beside you during difficult moments and says, "We're going to get through this together." If that kind of love still lives in your heart, then don't give up on it. Because one of the greatest tragedies in life isn't waiting too long for love, it's convincing yourself that you're unworthy of it. Somewhere along the way, many of us begin believing lies. Maybe I'm too broken. Maybe I missed my chance. Maybe love is meant for everyone except me. But none of those thoughts are the truth. Your past does not disqualify you from your future. The mistakes you've made, the people who left, and the tears you've cried are chapters of your story, not the ending. And perhaps that's what this sign is trying to tell you today. Your soulmate isn't looking for a perfect person. They're looking for someone real. Someone who knows what it means to fight through hard seasons and still choose kindness. Someone who understands loss and still believes in hope. Someone like you. Have you ever noticed how life changes when you stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and begin asking, "What is this teaching me?" Heartbreak teaches empathy. Waiting teaches patience. Silence teaches self-discovery. And every lesson prepares us for the relationships we'll have in the future. Imagine meeting your soulmate years from now and telling them about everything you've overcome. Imagine them smiling and saying, "If those things hadn't happened, we might never have become the people we are today." Suddenly, even the painful moments begin to make sense. There is something beautiful about realizing that life wasn't working against you, it was quietly working for you all along. And here's another sign that your soulmate may be getting closer. You're beginning to feel hopeful again. Not because your circumstances have changed, but because something inside you has. You're laughing more. Dreaming again. Planning for a future you once stopped believing in. Hope is a powerful thing. It has a way of appearing just before life changes. And maybe that's where you are right now. Standing between who you used to be and who you're becoming. The waiting season can feel lonely. There will be nights when you wonder if anyone will ever truly understand you. There will be moments when you'll compare your timeline to everyone else's. You'll see engagement announcements, wedding photos, happy couples holding hands. And a part of you will ask, when will it be my turn? When that happens, remember this. Someone else's chapter has nothing to do with yours. Flowers don't bloom at the same time. Some bloom in spring. Others bloom in autumn. But every flower blooms when it's ready. The same is true for people. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not running out of time. Life is not a race to find love. It's a journey of becoming someone capable of giving and receiving it fully. Your soulmate isn't a reward for surviving difficult years. They're a companion for the years still ahead. And perhaps, at this very moment, they're asking the same questions you're asking. Perhaps they've almost given up, too. Perhaps they've whispered prayers into the night, hoping that one day they'll find someone who understands them. Isn't it amazing to think that two people can spend years searching for each other without ever knowing it? That's the mystery of life. And maybe that's why messages like this resonate so deeply. Because they remind us that there is still more ahead. More joy. More laughter. More memories waiting to be created. So promise yourself something today. Promise that you won't stop living while waiting. Promise that you'll continue becoming the best version of yourself. Promise that you'll believe that good things can still happen, even after difficult seasons. And if you're listening to these words late at night, wondering whether this sign is truly meant for you, let me leave you with this thought. The fact that you're still hoping after everything you've been through is a miracle in itself. Hold on to that hope. Protect it. Nurture it. Because one day, someone will walk into your life and appreciate every part of you that others failed to understand. And when that day comes, you'll realize that your heart wasn't being punished during the waiting. It was being prepared. So keep believing. Keep growing. Keep trusting the journey. Because if your story isn't beautiful yet, then perhaps it simply isn't over. And somewhere beneath the same sky you're looking at tonight, your soulmate may be wondering when they'll finally meet someone exactly like you.